GatoPerroReviews, but today we're looking at the Spider-Man 2 Superposable figure from Toy Biz with 46 points of articulation. At least that's what I remember from the packaging. Anyway, so this is a figure that we got from La Pulga, aka the flea market. Again, this is where we get most of our figures, and today we're going to go into a comparison. That's what all these here are for until the end of the video, on size, paint, and everything else along with it, so you can get a feel for this figure. And this has been out for a while, and I'm pretty sure this is the Toy Biz release one from 2003/2004, because it's what it says in the bottom of its feet. Now, I've seen this figure on Amazon for $56.65 to $50.65, something like that. So let's get to it. Obviously, this figure is pretty poseable, as I mentioned already, super poseable, and very much it has its problems, but then it has like those problems kind of give him the extra articulation that makes him super poseable. Now, if we get to the paint detail first, it's the sculpting detail and paint and everything. First, I want to say I want to get the problems out first, so we can get into the good later to overlap those. First of all, I noticed people don't like this part right here, obviously, but I've gotten used to it. And my only other problem, now the side view doesn't look as bad as you'd think. In poses you can't notice it, but my only problem with it is that the sculpt of the webbing doesn't exactly carry on through the rest, because it kind of swabbles to the side. I don't know if you can notice that, but it doesn't look straight. I would like it if it was more straight. I'd probably like it a lot more. My second problem is, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but this forearm right here is much bigger than this forearm, the right forearm. So if we can compare them like this, you clearly see that this one is much bigger. See, this is big, just longer forearm than this one. And if you stand them up like this, just normal, you'll notice that this hand reaches a lot lower than this one to his leg, almost his knee right there. So that's just one other thing that I've noticed. Besides that, the paint is flawless, everything else is nice, and almost a comparison to this, it's same color paint. This one seems just a bit lighter, this one's just a bit darker, but you can clearly see the sculpt differences. And this one has its ups from this one, and you can see this one in action in Dr. Octopus stop motion, which you can just type in Spider-Man vs. Dr. Octopus stop motion, or check out my channel. It should be right there. It should be like the last third video I did, somehow, something like that. Alright, so the articulation on this guy is very nice. He has a swivel in his head, just the head, and then his neck has a swivel by itself. That's pretty thick on ours. This feels like it has never been used before. And then on the bottom of the hinge or whatever, there's a ball joint on the head that sticks to the hinge, something like that makes it go all the way up and all the way down. But this could look kind of weird to me when it goes all the way down. It just kind of looks like he kind of bulgy because of his shoulders. And then he has shoulders that go up and down. Actually, the armpit joint goes up and down, and then that's attached to an armpit joint that goes forward and back. So you can get him, I don't know, lunging, kind of putting his fist back, ready to punch someone, I don't know. It has ball joints. Now, the only separation of the webbing and everything is just right here, which this one doesn't have, but, you know, possibility, because this one can't really move his arms out that much. You're going to go out that much. But this Spider-Man can go all the way out, like that, and even higher, up that high for some swinging poses. And then he can go with the bicep all the way around, like a standard figure should. Double jointed elbows, forearm articulation on the short one on the right, wrist to go up and down, individual finger articulation, much like the first appearance right here, which I will get out because I know people complain about this one having small hands. And let's see, I don't know, his hand is just a bit much more thicker. Alright, so that's it. We'll go to the comparison. The other side is the same, and mine is this one being the longest arm. Again, his body is part of is put into individual joints. The top part being a torso goes swivel side to side. He has an ab crunch. It kind of goes more back than forward, so you can get him looking up real high. He has the entire waist joint, which I think Sharma's Price said it dips down. I don't know where that happens. Maybe. I think I just saw it right now. Do you? Where it dips down, something like that. I think Sharma's Prime.
It means that the sculpt of it dips down.
Oh. Okay, never mind. Alright, so here's a ball joint on his legs, which I don't know if I like better than this one, because this one, the sculpt feels less interrupted. I don't know. It's more natural this way than it does a ball joint, but, you know, articulation, it still moves the same, so I can't complain. Yeah, star articulation moves side to side, double jointed knees, calf rotation, and basically feet just go up and down, no ankle pivot, and the toy joints. So from like the legs down is basically the same toy bus articulation you would expect, and the same exact as this one. So that's really nice. What's it missing? I know, I mentioned that. That's why I took the liberty of mentioning that it's different, Mr. Gato. That's why I did it. Alright, so this guy does a way better job at standing than the other one does. I think his knees are much tighter. I don't know how to describe it. So if we stand him up next to this one, we're going to comparison. This one has a hard time standing. So, comparison, they're about the same size. This one just needs a bit taller. What do you think? A bit taller?
I think the super Poseable one is much more taller because of
much more.
Not much more, but just taller because of the added articulation.
Well, I guess so you can kind of see how his shoulders are much higher up. I don't know if that has to do with the amount of plastic they put inside for the arm articulation. If you want to compare him to somebody like the Marvel Select, you can see how much taller he is. Doesn't even fit on the camera on it, does he? You can see he's much taller, obviously, but this guy doesn't have it clearly enough articulation, which is fine. And then we're going to first appearance. I already compared him with the hands, and then you can see the paint where this one's just a complete black. This one's almost, not exactly black, but it's a much darker blue. And the two generations of the movie Spider-Man with the 6-inch Amazing Spider-Man figure from the Walmart exclusive line. You can see a comparison. He's also taller than him. And that's pretty much a review. I don't know what else I can say about this guy. He's pretty awesome. Get him if you find him. This is actually my third time finding him in a row at the flea market. I only got him for $5, I guess. And I would give him an 8.5. Yeah, 8.5 sounds really good. What do you think?
I would give him a 9. And I just want to point out that he does come with an accessory, which is the billboard stand.
Oh yeah, ours didn't come with that, but I'm not missing that at all. I guess we could just, I don't know. He looks really good anyway you want him. You can put him in many types of different poses. Try to come up with one right now. Alright, so that's been our review, guys. We'll see you later. Obviously, there has been pictures on the front of this video, which I hope you will enjoy. And again, 9.5, amazing figure. Get him if you can. If you see him, get him. This has been GatoPerroReviews. We will see you next time.